does he want? Oh no, I shouldn't open it. I should not open it. I shouldn't open it. I shouldn't open it. I shouldn't open it. What does he want? Again? No, because the last time I opened it, in fact, every other time I've opened it, we've ended up having a back and forth and it's ended up being an argument. But what if he's realised? What if he's realised? What if he actually realises now and he wants to apologise and see how we can be more amicable with our parenting? No, Caroline, don't be stupid. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Maybe if I just look. Maybe if I just look, because I don't need to reply. I can just look. Okay, let me look. What? I don't know. But that didn't happen. You are making no efforts. No. How can you say that? How can you say that? Oh my God, I knew I shouldn't have opened it. I knew it. Why don't I open it? Caroline, why do you keep on opening them? Oh, how dare he? How dare he? How can he say that? No, I can't wait. I'm going to reply. No, Caroline, don't delete it. Delete it, don't send it, because you'll end up with a back and forth again, like always happens, and it ruins your night, ruins your day. Don't do it. Yeah, but how dare he? How dare he keep saying that? Maybe if I just send a message and really explain it, he'll see. Right. I'm going to send it. Send. Yes. How dare he say that? How dare he? No, that's not what I said. You haven't listened. You haven't listened. Right. Send. Can you relate to that? That was literally like my evenings when I was going through my divorce from my ex-husband who was a covert narcissist. Literally knowing I shouldn't answer, then chastising myself, feeling really, really stupid and weak for responding. And literally it would be like ping pong every single evening. I had not honed in my communication style with my ex-husband at all. Hi, my name is Caroline Strawson and I'm a somatic trauma therapist and coach, helping you move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth after narcissistic abuse. Because let's face it, it is trauma. Now, if this is you, if you are spending your days where you are getting these text messages coming through from the narcissist and you are wondering how to communicate effectively so you don't end up feeling like I did for a very, very long time, then I'm going to share with you in this video how you can set up effective communication with the narcissist. You really can. So if you're a new watcher of my channel, please make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell, because then I drop new episodes every single week to really help educate and inspire you to heal from this trauma, because let's face it, it really, really is. So can you relate to that? You sat there in the evening, your phone goes, you pick it up and you see it's from the narcissist. You know, what do? How do you respond? Because let's face it, it is trauma. And you know, when you start scrolling and reading those messages, very often it's full of lies, it's full of projection, manipulation, control, and that trauma bond in your body, you literally flood yourself with cortisol, literally feeling yourself going into a fight-flight response, knowing that you want to reply, you absolutely want to reply, but knowing that if you reply, you're going to end up with a literal back and forth. It's like ping pong at the end of the day. So how can you effectively manage this? Because I know, especially being a mum, it was really important for me to still feel like I was being the best parent that I could possibly be. And you know, in society, you're meant to communicate with your ex, right? And if you don't, then you are a bad parent. I mean, let's throw that out the window right now. At the end of the day, we can set up effective communication for you so that you can have your days and your evenings where you're not kind of back and forth as well, because it's so highly activating. And I don't want you to have cortisol in your body any longer than you have to. to. And I used to literally ruin my evenings. And I was literally waiting for the text to come through. You know, trauma bonding is a physiological response in our body. It's not just a fancy word that we use. We actually become addicted to the ups and the downs and the struggles and the activations of those texts coming through, because our body actually starts to get used to those hormones like cortisol, like norepinephrine and adrenaline in that moment, because that's exactly how we were when we were in the relationship with a narcissist as well. So it's really important for you to set up effective communication so that you can start to focus on your own healing, being the best parent that you possibly can, without this roller coaster of emotions shifting from fight, flight, freeze, fight, flight, freeze. Literally, it's not a pleasant place to be. And believe me, for years I lived like this, literally sat there waiting. And there was an element of me not wanting to get a text, but there was also this element that even if none were coming through, I'd still be checking. Has he messaged? Has he messaged? Has he messaged? Because every cell of my body was craving that cortisol release from literally getting that message. But there was also an element at the back of my mind, a really tiny element, where I thought, maybe he'll realise, maybe he'll have this epiphany one night where he'll suddenly go, Caroline, I am so sorry. I totally get what I did and I'm really sorry, and I'm going to work with you and we're going to be the best parents we possibly can to our children together. So there was always this element for so long where I actually thought that he was going to change. Let me get that one straight for you right now. Narcissists do not change. There is no scientific evidence to say narcissists can change. Yes, there is medication that they can take, and yes, it can minimize slightly their abusive behavior. But for having healthy relationships, that is an absolute no-no. So I know how difficult it is. And if you want to grab my 10 free steps of really recognizing the signs of narcissistic abuse and 6 steps to healing, then if you look in the notes below, you will be able to grab that. It's a free thing and it will really help you understand all of this too, you know, because I'm a big believer education, understanding brings about awareness, which then brings about intention for us to start to heal from this trauma. So how can you effectively communicate with the narcissist then? Well, the first thing that I would say is we need to block on everything. And that includes social media, it includes your phone, it includes everything except email. Email is the best type of communication to have with a narcissist, because we still need to show at the end of the day, especially if you have children, that there is effective communication because you are parents, and the courts like to see that. So what I suggest that you do is create a whole new email address, not one that is going to be linked where you're just going to be getting it coming through on your phone, one that you actually have to go into and set up days and times where you need to go into that. So let's say the narcissist has contact on a weekend. So you might say on a Friday morning and on a Sunday evening, that's when you go in and check your emails, because you're wrapping it around child contact then as well, if there's something before or indeed there is something after. Now let me just tell you, don't do what I did either, and it may sound funny all of this, and it kind of is funny at the end of the day, but the energy even to do this is energy the narcissist does not deserve. So when I set up an email address, okay, so I was my ex-husband's second wife, he's on his third wife now. I set up a brand new email address called Mrs. Strawson II at btinternet.com. Now at the time I thought I was really clever and doing it, and it made me chuckle to myself. But you know what? They do not even deserve that type of energy at all, okay? So make up a really small, generic, new email address. They're really easy to set up with Gmail or anything else. So you actively have to go in it, and it is only for the narcissist, nobody else, okay? Nobody else but the narcissist. Because if it's just coming through on all your other emails, again, you almost, especially with the trauma bond there, you're almost waiting for an email to come through. And that element of the roller coaster in your body is not healthy for you, and it can lead to disease and illness in your body, and I don't want that for you, okay? I really don't. So we're setting up a brand new email address. We also block on social media. Come here. Now, when I say block on social media, that does not mean, again, I know all the tricks in the book, okay? That does not mean setting up a new profile account so you can go and have a little sneaky look at what they are doing, who they're meeting and what they are doing. I have been there, okay? Don't get me wrong, I've been there, I know what it's like, but I don't want you to do that because they don't deserve that. Equally, if you have well-meaning, well-intentional friends and family that say, oh, did you see he or she, they have a new girlfriend or boyfriend or that as well, I want you to tell your friends and family, please, I know you have my bestest intentions there, but I do not want to hear what they are doing externally to obviously the focus that we have in either parenting together or sorting out finances. You know, you do not want to know. You don't need to know. It's not your business anymore to know, okay? I get it. The trauma bond is strong and we want to go and have a nose and we want to go and see what they're doing, maybe in the hope we're going to find something that will make us feel better. But let me tell you, it won't ever make you feel better. So please block on all social media, one email address. Now, I do understand though, if you have children, what do you do if there's an emergency? What if they are with the other parent, the narcissistic parent, and there was an emergency and you'd got them blocked on your phone, okay? So what I really want you to do is go and buy one of those old Nokia block brick-like phones, okay? Do you remember the ones, not these smartphones, but a real brick where you have to, it almost takes you like 10 hours just to write one sentence where it's like, okay? And this is literally going to be your emergency phone. I like to call it like the bat phone, basically. So every single time then the children go off to be with the narcissistic parent, that is your bat phone if there is an emergency. Again, this ticks the boxes for all the courts to know that you have email access, and in emergencies, you have this phone. And it really enables you to take back some control. So it doesn't mean you are a bad parent, okay? It means you are setting up extreme, modified, controlled and effective communication with the narcissist. Because let me tell you, the biggest gift you can give to yourself and to your children is to heal yourself. Genuinely. I know many of us, we focus on our kids, and let me tell you, that's a really great thing to do as well. But the biggest gift you can give to your children is to focus on your own healing as well. So you go and buy one of those bricks, then on your smartphone, you literally block, okay? So the only person that can phone that brick-like phone is your ex, the narcissistic ex. So now you have emails, you've blocked on all social media, you literally have this brick-like phone that if there was an emergency, they are still going to be able to contact you. Because let's face it, years ago, you know, I'm going to show my age a bit now as well, I was around in my teenage years, I didn't have a mobile phone. You know, they weren't around. We managed somehow, if there was an emergency or something, to get a message to them, okay? We can manage to do that. Now, of course, the narcissist is not going to like this because it's you taking back some of your control, but ultimately, they can get on with that. How do you start to effectively do that? We send them a message and we say, just to let you know, moving forward, this is my new email address where I will be communicating with, and this is my new number in case of any emergencies. Thank you. So we're not kind of saying horrible stuff or anything else. We are literally just sending a polite message. And then once that message is sent, okay, another thing that I'm going to say to you, we don't wait for the reply to come back. I have been there. I know all of these things because I've done them myself, okay, where you send that message, I'm blocking you now, and then you wait to get a message back. Who's been there? Let me know. So what you want to do is send the message and then block. We now have a new email. We now have a phone. Now, things may go quiet and you may start to think, oh, they're not messaging, they're not this. That's the trauma bond speaking, okay? That's when you're going to need a good ecosystem around you. And if you need a good ecosystem, come and join my Facebook community as well. Narcissistic Abuse and Trauma Recovery for Women. Come and join that. We will support you in all of this. You know, we often have people saying, #SOS, I'm going to break the trauma bond and stuff too. So please know there's a community for you where we can support you with all of this. Because it is tough to break that trauma bond. It really, really is. So we've now set up everything effectively. You are being the best parent for your children by doing this because it's going to allow you to shift your energy away from the narcissist onto the healing for yourself as well. And that's what is really, really important. So please make sure that you watch this, listen to this, be reassured. Even by doing that, to the courts, to everybody else, you are still being an amazing parent. Because if we don't set up effective, controlled communication, it's like you're walking around with a drug. You're going around with a drip with the drug all of the time, and you're not able to focus on your healing. And I don't want that for you, because believe me, I took years to break that trauma bond. I was waiting for the texts, I was waiting for the emails. Once I set this up, it was tough. It was tough because every cell wanted to look and do all of those things. But I don't want that for you. I want you to set up effective, controlled communication. Let me know how you get on. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss any of my episodes, where every single week I'm going to be dropping these videos to help and inspire you to move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth after the trauma of narcissistic abuse. Take care. Let me know in the comments what you are up to with all of this as well, because I love, love, love to hear from you. Take care. Lots of love from me to you. Stay safe. You are not alone. I'm right there in the trenches with you.